Hello. My name is Callista, and welcome back to Dragon Age 2. In the last episode, we spoke with the Arashok, and he was charming. He was certainly everything we expected of a Kunari, let's put it like that. Now then, I believe I said we were going to head over to the gallows next, give Thrask his daughter's letter, and after that, I think I'm just going to have a wander around Hightown for a little bit. There are a lot of quests we've got to pick up there. First things first though, I would like to change out my party, please. I'm alright with Varric. It's been a while since we've taken Aveline or Carver out, so... yeah, and they've both got levels. You want 2 con, 1 strength. And you can have battery. And you want 2 strength, 1 con. 2 strength, 1 con. And there we go. Looking good. Alrighty then, people. To the gallows. I'm sure that poor Sir Thrask, you know, he must want information on his daughter. Surely he must. Oh, and, hey, Fainriel, are you doing okay?
This is all I feared. They know nothing of how to stop my nightmares save by destroying my mind. If I don't get better soon, I shall be made tranquil.
Oh, that is, that's rather unfortunate, but if that's the only way to keep you safe, buddy, then, that's the only way to keep you safe.
Thank you for bringing Fainriel to the Circle. He is resentful still, but it is the only place he can master his demons.
I have a letter for you. It is the best place for him. It is the best place for him. However, we also have a letter, and I think, considering we saw his daughter turn into an abomination and then we had to put her down, I think this is what is preying on Amelia's mind, first and foremost.
I found this. It was addressed to you. It seems to be from your daughter.
My daughter? Then... you know what she is. How she died. When I traced her to that warehouse, I should have forced her into the Circle. My own weakness in the face of her pleas is what destroyed her. It is why I urged Ariani not to give in when Fainriel wished to hide. If only I had been so strong for Olivia.
I'll keep your secret. Pay me or I'll expose you. Amelia isn't a blackmailer. As I've said this before, for all her faults, I do think that deep down, Amelia is a good person. She doesn't want to cause anyone pain. She wants people to be safe. She wants order on the streets. And blackmail does not encompass any of the things I just spoke about. We will keep his secret. I think on some level, Amelia is kind of like, you're a Templar. You should have known better. Your daughter's blood is on your hands. It's on the hands of those slavers, but you are also at least partly responsible for this, for not forcing her into a circle. For not telling her, this is where you should be, this is where you're going to be safe. And I think there is a level of disgust she feels for Thrask at the same time as all of that. He is a Templar, he is worthy of respect, and more than that, he is a man who has just lost his daughter. He does not deserve to be blackmailed. However weak he might be, he doesn't deserve that.
Well, at least you don't have to worry about the Templars finding out anymore.
Thank you. She is at peace now. I would not wish to see her name smeared while her ashes are still warm.
Poor man. Poor, stupid man. If only he had sent her somewhere safe, then this would not have happened. Yeah, we have not been to the Chantry this entire time. Let's do that. Let's go get that done. Yes, Hubert. Hello. Also, you. Hi there.
I heard you lost something. This it? You found this? I don't know what to say.
Absolutely.
I've noticed I am not getting any banter. That is very concerning. Help wanted. Citizens of Kirkwall, my dear wife Nanette has gone missing. I shall reward the person who returns her safely. Questions about the bounty or Nanette? Come speak to me in the Hightown market, Ghislaine de Carac. Ooh, is he... Yeah, I do believe he is over there. First things first, I want to have a look at the markets themselves, so I'll get to that in a minute. Now then. Hello. Oh, Tome of Technique. Oh, it's 21 sovereigns. We have 62, and we still have plenty of quests. So yeah, I'll take a risk and grab that. And these. Okay, yeah, that's all good. Olaf's Armory. Nothing there. Sir. Corval's Blades. What was that about not getting stabbed?
Again? Buy armor today.
Okay, buddy. God, what a bit of patter. Don't get stabbed again. Again. That's just a random citizen. Bounty. Rescue the Viscount's son. Oh, God.
Welcome, merchant.
Hello yourself, guardsman. The Unbidden Rescue. Offered on the authority of His Excellency Viscount Marlowe Dumas. Citizens of able nature. Viscount Dumas requires your aid. His son, Seamus Dumas, has been lost to uncertain company, and a safe return is sought with all haste. Make your case of skill to Seneschal Bran at his station in His Excellency's keep, and the reward for this act shall be generous in both sentiment and coin.
Not here to sell today, guardsman.
Hello there. Robes by Jean-Luc. We've got a backpack. Lovely jubbly.
Well, good luck to you then.
And any others? No, that appears to be it. First things first.
The Viscount's son abducted by Kunari. I've heard what those fools do to their captives.
Abducted by Kunari. Oh no. God, what an awful thing to hear. Absolutely terrible. That's what Amelia is thinking. It was only a matter of time. The Kunari, they've been sitting around doing nothing. They were clearly plotting. Obviously, they were plotting the kidnap of the Viscount's son. It's so obvious now.
Hear you're having problems with the bone pit. I can help.
Finally someone comes to help me. You look a bit unseasoned, but I hope you'll do. I had to suspend operations. My workers are lost in the mines or have run off. Served me right for hiring Ferelden refugees. I sent others before, but no word. Perhaps they are putting me off. I need someone competent to figure out what is going on.
I do like that, it serves me right for hiring Ferelden refugees, and there are 3 Ferelden refugees just staring at him like, bitch? Pardon? Yeah, you hire Fereldens.
You said some of your workers are Ferelden.
Of course. Who else would be pathetic enough?
Yes, all of them. An unruly lot, to be sure.
Mind what you say about my countrymen.
I was not referring to you, of course. My workers are a particularly desperate sort. They're lucky to work for me. Few in Kirkwall will hire refugees.
I will say that oh, I wasn't referring to you. You know, oh, they're desperate. You're not desperate. That doesn't make it better. What you're effectively saying is you're one of the good ones, which is still pretty racist. Like, it's positive racism, but it's still racism. Don't do it. It's, oh, yeah, what happened to the workers? The workers, first and foremost.
Surely the miners had good reason to leave.
I am at a loss. No miner has reported in, and no one takes me seriously.
The bone pit must be dangerous if people are afraid to venture there.
No, nothing like that. Pay no heed to local superstition. The bone pit is mostly harmless.
Mostly harmless, he says.
Your first mistake was naming your mine the Bone Pit.
The locals named the mine. Those fools say it's cursed. That is why I hire Fereldans. They may be dull-witted, but they're not superstitious.
Hubert, why are you such an asshole? Oh, Hubert's one of those characters, you know, that I love to hate. Like, I hate him so much, but I'm also like, Hubert, you arsehole. Go ahead, whatever. I really like the writing for Hubert. And he's just a random little side NPC. I mean, he has quests throughout Act 2 and Act 3, I think. I know it's like a long-spanning thing, the bone pit and dealing with it. I just can't remember if it stops in Act 2. Does it carry on into Act 3? I can't remember, but that's beside the point. I like Hubert. There we go. Now then, on to something more important.
What's the reward?
I will pay handsomely. The exact amount depends on what perils you face.
Okay. That sounds rather shady, but yeah, we do need the money.
I'll head there soon.
The sooner the better. Each day the mine is not running costs me more than those miners make in a year. The bone pit is just outside the city. Any map will show it.
Maybe you should be paying your miners more then. Have you ever thought about that, sir? We do have what a name for a quest. The First Sacrifice. It really doesn't fill you with much hope, does it? You hear that and you're like, oh no, this is going to be awful. And you are correct. I'm going to leave that for right now. Because we have so many other things to do, and those things were here first. Okay, Traditionalist Envoy.
This fell into my hands. Recognize it?
I had long since paid my debt over this. It's grand to see it again.
Okie doke, sir. And Bodan and Sandal. Let me just check your goods first. Thank you, sir. Okay, you don't have anything new.
Bodan Feddick, purveyor of goods both common and rare, at your service. And this is my son, Sandal, who is as brilliant an enchanter as you'll ever find. Say hello to the nice human, Sandal.
Hello.
We shall be accompanying your expedition and providing the needed supplies. It's all quite exciting, isn't it?
The thought of adventure does make me giddy.
A kindred soul, surely. But I digress. Do you wish to peruse my wares, or perhaps make use of Sandal's unique talents?
Enchantment?
Just so.
I love how Bodan says that. Do you wish to peruse my wares? I'm like, oh, Bodan. It's such a shame you won't be in Dragon Age 4.
I thought all enchanters were mages.
Not at all. The fabled dwarven resistance to magic has allowed enchantment of crafts for countless ages. Granted, most dwarven smiths must work for many, many years to learn the skill. But my boy is a natural, a savant beyond compare.
I like enchantment.
He enjoys his work. What more could one ask?
He likes enchantment and scratching his arse. Good for you, Sandal. Never change.
You two don't seem the sort to hire onto this sort of expedition.
My son and I have never played it safe. Never captured a tried and true rogues. In fact, we have just returned from adventures while accompanying the hero of Ferelden, legendary Grey Warden and vanquisher of the Blight.
So you helped to defeat the Blight?
In our small way, perhaps. We did not fight at the Grey Warden's side, of course. The hero of Ferelden is a fine woman. After all her accomplishments, may she find even greater success. But surely my past is hardly of interest to the likes of you.
I think that would impress Amelia a little bit. I said this before, she has a lot of respect for the hero of Ferelden, and I think Amelia would be willing to take Artin's word on something. She's also quite, how do I put it? She likes the Grey Wardens, but she's not hero worshipy about them, if you get my meaning. We don't need to buy anything. We don't need any enchanting. Goodbye, Bodan.
I don't need anything right now.
I look forward to our voyage together.
Indeed. Also, before I forget, let's use this ability point. Oh, we can't. Ooh, okay then. In that case, let me grab that. Good stuff. What was I saying? Yes. Amelia, she likes the Grey Wardens. She doesn't hero worship them in any way. I think in Amelia's mind, Artin and the Grey Wardens are two separate entities. If a random Grey Warden were to come up to Amelia and say, oh, this highly suspect object is completely safe for you to use, Amelia would probably be like, I'ma seek a second opinion on that. If Artin were to come up to Amelia and say, this highly suspect object is perfectly safe for you to use, go ahead and use it, Amelia would say, you know what, I'ma trust you on that. Yeah, we have a Thenril over there, however, Amelia is still kind of thinking about that. She doesn't know if she wants to go for it. Now then, I do wonder which cutscene is going to trigger here.
Sebastian, stop this madness. The Chantry cannot condone revenge, Sebastian.
It is my right, my duty, to show these assassins there is nowhere in the Free Marches to hide.
This is murder.
No. What happened to my family was murder.
I do love Sebastian's voice actor. It's actually Seneschal Bran.
My, those weapons look sharp.
Okay, madam. I was not speaking to you. How dare? Yeah, it's actually Seneschal Bran's voice actor who voice acts for Sebastian. You can hear it when he says certain vowels. Just keep a close ear out the next time we talk to Bran. Now then, you, madam.
Karen, was it? No. There are many Templars in Kirkwall, woman.
Oh, I'm so sorry, miss. Are you all right?
Please, can you help me? My brother.
This... Again, this just seems like being a dick. And considering we overheard that, we know that this lady's brother is a Templar. He's missing to the point where she is sobbing in the street. Like, no, let's not be a dick.
What happened to your brother?
Karen was always so devout, so idealistic. He was so proud when the Templars accepted him. I pleaded with him not to join the Order, but he wouldn't listen. You hear dark rumors about the Templars and Knight Commander Meredith. And now my brother is gone.
What do people say about Knight Commander Meredith?
Oh, she has many admirers. They laud the service she does in keeping the mages in check. But others say she is terribly fierce and utterly without pity, that she sees demons everywhere. It is dangerous even to whisper such things.
If she sees demons everywhere, then she's probably correct. Meredith has done an outstanding job of keeping the mages in line. You know, Amelia is one of said admirers that Matcha was talking about. And what rumors exactly, madam?
What have you heard about the Templars?
People harboring escaped mages just disappear. Templars interrogate and threaten passers-by. My friend has a cousin who's a mage, and she says he was made tranquil against his will. You hear more with every passing day.
The things that Amelia is thinking right now, people who harbor escaped mages should be interrogated. They escaped because they do not have the Maker's Light in their hearts and are probably blood mages. You are harboring people that could potentially do innocent civilians of Kirkwall a great deal of harm. You should be interrogated. And your cousin, your friend's cousin who is a mage, probably did something awful to make himself be made tranquil. So, no pity in Amelia's heart there. Yeah, what are you saying about all of this?
So you think the Templars, what, killed and ate your brother?
Maker forbid. I don't know what happened. He just stopped writing me. I tried to see him, but Knight Commander Meredith threw me out. They won't tell me anything.
No, we have a missing Templar. We'll do this for free. Yeah, how can I help?
Your brother may indeed be in trouble. What can I do for you?
Perchance. In your journeys, if you find yourself in the gallows, ask the other recruits, Wilmerd and Hugh, about my brother. They were Karen's closest friends in the Order. If anyone knows where he is, it's them. Maker bless you and watch after you in this endeavor.
Oh, Maker bless you too, madam. I hope your brother is safe. Duty. A grave crime was committed against all free-thinking men and women in the Free Marches. The ruling Vale family in Starkhaven, my family, was brutally murdered, down to the youngest babe in arms. This massacre was carried out by members of the Flint Mercenary Company. I hereby offer a bounty on the head of each Flint Company soldier in the Kirkwall vicinity. Prince Sebastian Vale. I kind of lament Sebastian because he could have been a really cool companion. As it is, I feel like he's kind of subpar. I don't dislike him by any means. He's just sort of there. And occasionally he says stuff and you're kind of like, oh shit, Sebastian, you're still following me? I forgot you existed. Come on, buddy. Like, he's just not particularly memorable. I have read some amazing fan fiction with Sebastian in it, and if only they had been writing for the DLC. I really want to love Sebastian. Admittedly, it is probably because of the voice. Scottish accents. They are so pretty. Magistrate Vernard. Hello.
You there, Ferelden. I wish to speak with you. I've heard you have dealings with certain elements in the city. You can get things done on the sly, as they say.
Does everyone know about the smuggling we did last year? Oh god, this Even magistrates know this is terrible.
That's a fancy way to put it.
I am a magistrate in this city, and as such, I wish to hire you for a small, albeit important job. A man I sentenced to a life in prison has escaped custody. He's been tracked to an abandoned ruin outside the city.
A request that should have been made of the guard.
Why is there such a clamor to catch this man? What has he done?
He's escaped. That's reason enough to catch him.
Yeah, this sounds fishy.
We're both intelligent people. There's something in the ruins, isn't there?
There is something, yes. There are creatures in the ruins. The guards I sent are ill-equipped to deal with such beasts.
What kind of creatures? Why not just let him be eaten? So why not send more guards? Yeah, why are you getting some random Ferelden refugee to do this, when surely this is the work of the city guards?
I'm sure if you send in enough men this time, they'd do fine.
No. The more guards who know, the easier it is for this to get out. Those men gossip like old fishwives.
That seems a little bit odd, don't you think? I imagine Amelia looking over at Aveline like, does that make sense to you? This is an escaped prisoner. Surely all the guards would know about this.
It would be easier to seal up the entrance and let the beasts take care of him.
I believe in justice, Ferelden, not unbridled slaughter. I will not let prisoners be eaten just because I don't want to get my hands dirty.
Do you know what manner of beasts they are?
I don't know what they look like. I've never seen one myself. The guards say these things have already torn through a full company of men.
Again, we need the money.
I'll take the job.
Bring the fugitive in alive, quickly and quietly. Not only will you be well paid, you'll have the gratitude of a city magistrate. Useful for a refugee, wouldn't you agree?
I don't think Amelia necessarily feels comfortable with that. The job just seems weird to her. And weird is frightening. And Amelia tries to stay as far away as she can from frightening. Anything over here? No. Right here. We have been carrying the remains of Sister Plinth for ages. Let's go, give her to the proper people. First things first, though. Hello? The commandments of the Maker. These truths the Maker has revealed to me. As there is but one world, one life, one death, there is but one God, and he is our Maker. They are sinners who have given their love to false gods. Magic exists to serve man and never to rule over him. Foul and corrupt are they who have taken his gift and turned it against his children. They shall be named Maleficar, accursed ones. They shall find no rest in this world or beyond. All men are the work of our Maker's hands, from the lowest slaves to the highest kings. Those who bring harm without provocation to the least of his children are hated and accursed by the Maker. Those who bear false witness and work to deceive others know this. There is but one truth. All things are known to our Maker, and he shall judge their lies. All things in this world are finite. What one man gains, another has lost. Those who steal from their brothers and sisters do harm to their livelihood and to their peace of mind. Our Maker sees this with a heavy heart. Transfigurations 1:1-5. Okie doke, and there doesn't appear to be anything else in here. Oh, no, we don't attack the door, just open the door. Amelia! That was a cry for help. That was Amelia unsheathing her staff like, Chantry people, I am a mage. Please send me to the circle. And Carver, clearly it was Carver, very hastily like grabbed it and shoved it back on her back. Like, what are you thinking? What are you doing? Andraste. Oh. You've got this.
Why can't I remember how it goes?
She's new. Clearly she's new. Andraste, Bride of the Maker. There was once a tiny fishing village on the waking sea that was set upon by the Tevinter Imperium, which enslaved the villagers to be sold in the markets of Minrathous, leaving behind only the old and the infirm. One of the captives was the child Andraste. She was raised in slavery in a foreign land. She escaped, then made the long and treacherous journey back to her homeland alone. She rose from nothing to be the wife of an Alamari warlord. Each day she sang to the gods, asking them to help her people who remained slaves in Tevinter. The false gods of the mountains and the winds did not answer her, but the true God did. The Maker spoke. He showed her all the works of his hands, the Fade, the world, and all the creatures therein. He showed her how men had forgotten him, lavishing devotion upon mute idols and demons, and how he had left them to their fate. But her voice had reached him, and so captivated him that he offered her a place at his side, that she might rule all of creation. But Andraste would not forsake her people. She begged the Maker to return, to save his children from the cruelty of the Imperium. Reluctantly, the Maker agreed to give man another chance. Andraste went back to her husband, Mafarath, and told him all that the Maker had revealed to her. Together, they rallied the Alamari and marched forth against the mage lords of the Imperium, and the Maker was with them. The Maker's sword was creation itself, fire and flood, famine and earthquake. Everywhere they went, Andraste sang to the people of the Maker, and they heard her. The ranks of Andraste's followers grew until they were a vast tide washing over the Imperium. And when Mafarath saw that the people loved Andraste and not him, a worm grew within his heart, gnawing upon it. At last, the armies of Andraste and Mafarath stood before the very gates of Minrathous, but Andraste was not with them, for Mafarath had schemed in secret to hand Andraste over to the Tevinter. For this, the Archon would give Mafarath all the lands to the south of the Waking Sea. And so, before all the armies of the Alamari and of Tevinter, Andraste was tied to a stake and burned, while her earthly husband turned his armies aside and did nothing, for his heart had been devoured. But as he watched the pyre, the Archon softened. He took pity on Andraste, and drew his sword and granted her the mercy of a quick death. The Maker wept for his beloved, cursed Mafarath, cursed mankind for their betrayal, and turned once again from creation, taking only Andraste with him. And Our Lady sits still at his side, where she still urges him to take pity on his children. From the sermons of Justinia II. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I believe that the Maker was Elganon. I believe Andraste was a mage, potentially an elven mage, given that Andraste in Dungeons and Dragons is an elven name. If you go into the player's handbook for at least 5th edition, and it says suggested female elven names, Andraste is in that list. And I know that they took a lot of the names from the D&D player's handbook, and typically they relate to the same races in the book. So a lot of the dwarves have dwarven names, a lot of the humans have the human names, and all of that. Andraste is the only name that I could find that was human in Dragon Age yet for elves in D&D. So I potentially think Andraste, Elven Mage, Elganon called out to her, and the whole thing about, where is it? He offered her a place at his side. I think that was the, come to the Golden City. Nothing bad will happen. Just come to the Golden City, like, again, how I believe the Elven gods called to the Magister's Sidereal. Saying, come to the Golden City, you can claim the power of the Maker. It's all good, just open up the pathways. Get blighted, ha ha ha. I think potentially Elganon was trying to do that with Andraste. However, maybe she bargained for like, hey, I'll do that, but first I've got to lead a rebellion. Can you help me out with that? And sadly, her rebellion ultimately ended in her death. That's my theory. At least. Now then, I am just about out of time for this episode. First things first, codex entries. What do we have? How much more of... Oh, we're running out of the items. That's good. The Rascal Scale by Coinheart. Strangest suit I ever made? The scale for that fool Rascal. No second thought needed. A project I wanted to try for years. Obvious, given my name, right? But I could never find a fool to wear his wealth as protection. This one, though, was daft as any surfacer and was paying 2 coins for each that I hammered, and that buys a smile and a nod for any idiot. I guess he's something of a name in his own lands, this Rascal, so I can't really question, and I did him my best like always. Damned lyrium weave left my fingers numb, though. No sword will get through that, I guarantee, but I bet his children are born pale. From Tales of the Craft, Masters in Their Own Words, a record of Dwarven smithwork, Guild archived. The Archon's Blades. The Archons, guard of Husarian, are vilified throughout the lands. The chant depicts their cruel treatment of Andraste as one of the reasons the Maker turned his gaze from his creation. After Husarian converted to Andraste's teachings, he disbanded his guard and stripped them of their arms. Most of the guard's swords were destroyed, but a handful of the Archon's blades are still around. Perhaps one of the blades here drew the prophet's blood as the Archon interrogated Andraste before her execution. Very interesting. Places, that's all good. Lore. Surface dwarves. In Orzammar, dwarven society is divided into rigid castes with houses that compete for power and prestige. But all that is discarded when a dwarf abandons the stone for the surface. Under the open sky, everyone is equal, or so the story goes. The truth is that thousands of years of tradition are not so easily tossed aside. Even though surface dwarves are officially stripped of their caste, many maintain a hierarchy among themselves along the old caste lines. Formerly noble houses are accorded more respect than casteless brands who come up in search of opportunity. The poorest noble dwarf on the surface looks upon the rich lower caste dwarves with contempt. Upper-class surface dwarf society is roughly divided into 2 camps. Kalners, who insist on maintaining caste and rank, typically those from the noble or merchant caste families, and descendants, who believe in leaving Orzammar's traditions underground and embracing life in the sunlit world. Maintaining some tie to Orzammar was seen for generations as the only lifeline for surface dwarves. Bringing surface goods to their kin underground and lyrium and metals to the surface was not only the most lucrative means of making a living, but also a sort of sacred duty, as many surface dwarves willingly accepted exile and the loss of their caste to better serve their house or patron. In recent years, many surface dwarves, particularly ascendants, have branched out. They started banks, mercenary companies, and overland trade caravans. They became investors and speculators in purely surface trade. These new industries have proven tremendous sources of wealth, but are looked down upon by their more conservative kin. For less affluent surface dwarves, association with a powerful Kalna can open many doors. They can get credit with dwarven merchants and are offered work opportunities by the powerful Dwarven Merchants Guild more readily, sometimes than more qualified but less connected individuals. From the Dowager's Field Guide to Good Society by Lady Alcyone. Andraste Bride of the Maker and the Commandments, we read those. That's all good. And there we go. Lovely jubbly. Alrighty then, in the next episode we will hand over Sister Plint's body and continue exploring the Chantry, but until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.
I shall not be left to wander the drifting road.